This tutorial is going to cover mapping a 55-gallon drum in UV Mapper Pro. The UV Mapper Pro tutorial will be very basic, and the drum that I am using here can be downloaded from ShareCG under the account name Les Paul Jr. And I will have the link posted below this video in the description. So let's start right off here. The first thing that I like to do is to go up to Texture, Checker, Color, and apply the Color Texture Checker. And this is black because it doesn't have any UV assignment at the current time, so we'll give it one here shortly. And we're going to go to right click on it, and we're going to select group, and it will list the barrel. And we can see that the band around the center has been left out, as have the bands at the top and bottom, and we don't want that. We want to include everything. So I'm going to hit the key on the keyboard again, right click it, and select material, which is default surface matte, and left click that, and I believe that selected everything. So I'm going to go and I'm going to apply a cylindrical mapping to it. I'm going to scale the results, and I'm going to leave unchecked separate caps. However, I am going to leave the y-axis alignment, which is up and down in this direction. Left click on OK, and now everything has been given that mapping, but we will notice at the top and bottom, which are a result of leaving the end cap option off of our cylindrical mapping, and I'll show you why I did that right now. I'll press enter on the keyboard. Now we can go and right click on it, select group, top, and we're going to go and we're going to select a planar mapping on the y-axis. Split, don't split. Gaps and map, scale result, click OK, and there we are. There's the top. Hit enter on the keyboard. Now we're going to turn the barrel open, right click, select material, select group bottom. That's what we want. The bottom, we're going to go up here and do the planar mapping again on the y-axis. Don't split, scale result. There we go. And let's see what we got here. We will notice that the mapping is backwards, so we can do this real quick. Go to select, rotate, flip horizontal, and bam. That's what we need. Let's check the top again, make sure that's okay. Yeah, the top's fine. And there's our barrel mapped. Oh, wait a minute, we got one small problem here. Let's right click on the bunghole, select group, bunghole, go to cylindrical mapping. This time we want separate caps, Y up and down, scale results, and for some reason it gives it to us a little off, and we have to pull it out, but that's no big problem. You just grab on the handle here and pull it until the circles are round. We're going to put that right up there. Hit the enter key on the keyboard. Now I'm going to select everything with a marquee map, with a marquee selection right here. Rectangular marquee. Select everything. Going to drag it down here onto the map, and I'm going to hit the plus key on the numpad a couple of times to enlarge it so it fills out the map a little bit better. Hit the enter key again on the keyboard, and there is everything how we would want it. Now to export this back out, you'd go to File, Save Model, or use the keyboard shortcut Control+S, and we're going to leave all the default settings here for export. Going to click OK. Drum new, and I always tack on UV at the end of a model after it's been dipped in UV Mapper. That just helps me keep everything separate, because the new map will not work with the old model. It only works with the newly mapped model, so remember that. I'm going to save that, and then we're going to go to File, Save Template. We're going to save it at 1024 square with all the options just as they are. Click OK. That'll save the model in bitmap format to the, save the texture in bitmap format where we save the model at. And now it's done. And let me talk something about the interactive mapping options, though, before we leave this tut. This here is your interactive mapping tool, and what it does is it allows you to see the mapping as you apply a cage to it. So let's watch that. There it is if this thing was being mapped plainly, but let's apply the cylindrical mapping option to it, because that's the one that I particularly wanted to show you. And whenever you want to set the rotation and magnification in either one of the viewports, just hit the backspace key on the keyboard, and that'll zoom it out to where you can see it all, and set the rotation to the middle of the object. And this is the interactive mapping option, and you will notice that this line here is where the seam is going to be. Now let me select the group here, barrel, and move it around, and you will see exactly where the seam has been created, right along this line here. And this helps you place the seam where it will be seen the least. So whenever you're doing mapping in the cylindrical mode, you can hit that interact, and it works in all the modes. The interactive mapping object works in every single one, but it just so happens that we're applying it cylindrically right now. I wanted you to see how useful it would be to be able to place your seam wherever you want it. And the way you do that is left click on this down here where the arrow is, and rotate it around wherever you would like it to be. And that's going to do it for this tutorial in UV Mapper Pro. See you next time.